Here we are riding through Louisiana on our way to North Carolina. Just as the sun was coming up, couldn't get any better than this. Just a majestic, beautiful view. Wide open road, nice tall trees around us, and just a beautiful, amazing sunrise. What's up, everybody? I'm here in Louisiana, headed to North Carolina for the Red Rum Regional, Southern Regional. Oh man, I got to get a new phone. Was on the way, and phone was on the bike. Left the gas station and noticed my phone wasn't on the bike. Went back, found it on the ground, and I'm assuming an 18-wheeler must have ran it over because it's all smashed. Won't turn on or anything, so I'm gonna have to find a Verizon store and so I get a new phone, and then head on down the road. So yeah, it's gonna put us behind a little bit. Hopefully not too much. That'll be our lunch break or whatever, but still kind of bummed out about it. So right now we're about to pass Rock Mountain Lakes in Alabama, which is an area that covers both sides of Rock Mountain. In the 1880s and early 1900s, the land was settled by pioneers who bought land patents from the U.S. government. Farms were built, and on occasion, land was leased to timber companies. By the late 1940s, all of the farmers had left the area, and timber companies moved in quick to buy up property and start lumber operations. In the 1960s, Bud Coleman and Raymond Martin developed a partnership to develop Rock Mountain property. The two had previously been in a recreational fishing business together. They eventually built a road and 2 lakes on the Rock Mountain property, with the first lake opening to the public for fishing in 1963. Eventually, the last of the property was sold or donated to area churches. Rock Mountain Lakes transferred ownership of the lakes and common areas to the Rock Mountain Lakes Landowners Association, and the rest is history. Presently, there are 375 homes at Rock Mountain Lakes Baptist Church, and the McCalla Area Fire District Station Number 1. Here we are about to enter the Talladega National Forest in Alabama, which covers 392,567 acres of land at the southern edge of the Appalachian Mountains. That's a lot of land, and we rode through it for miles and miles and miles. Just scenic view, amazing. According to Wikipedia, before it was bought by the federal government in the 1930s, Talladega was extensively logged and represented some of the most abused, eroded wastelands in all of Alabama. But now, pine forest regrowth hosts a diverse ecosystem. Some of the indigenous animals that you'll see there are coyote, black bear, white-tailed deer, 2 species of fox, bobwhite quail, 2 species of squirrel, turkey, rabbit, raccoon, and various waterfowl. So here we're entering the upper Little Tallapoosa River watershed, which is about 1 hour west of Atlanta. It provides drinking water to the cities of Carrollton, Temple, and Via Rice, and encompasses 95 square miles and lies almost entirely within the Carroll County, Georgia, in the Piedmont region of the Southern Appalachians. Interstate 20 bisects the northern half of the ULTR watershed, and the city of Carrollton marks the lower boundary. The river is currently used for drinking water, recreation, and wildlife habitat, and receives treated wastewater discharges from the cities of Villarica and Temple. Land uses in the watershed, traditionally farming, forestry, and low-density housing, are steadily changing due to the people moving from Birmingham to the west and Atlanta to the east and settling along Interstate 20. Rapid residential commercial development and on-site wastewater impacts in the northern half of the watershed, urban runoff from Villarica and Temple, loss of riparian vegetation along the main channel and tributaries, and fragmentation of forest habitat have caused concerns that water quality in the ULTR may be degraded. So right now we're passing Austell, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, west of Atlanta. And as you can see from my arms, my wardrobe has changed a little bit. It did warm up, so I had to de-layer, take off the sweater. So now I just have the long sleeve shirt and the base layer underneath. And we are approaching Atlanta. approaching Atlanta, and the sun is quickly setting behind us. We're losing daylight, but we are close to Atlanta. So now we're riding back from North Carolina back to Dallas, and we just passed Atlanta. And as you can see, I only have the base layer on right now. It got extremely hot. We had to stop over at the Atlanta HD dealership, get us a poker chip, delayer, take off some clothing so that way we could cool off a little bit, and then head back out on the road. There goes the Amazon Prime delivery truck. They must be headed to my house with all the stuff I ordered from Amazon. As you can see, just a beautiful, wide open, gorgeous road. Lots of trees, lots of green vegetation, beautiful sunshine. My windshield got some bug splatter on it, but that's all right, I'll wash it later on. Missed all of this coming in as the sun had already started to go down and it got dark. We missed a lot of this, so it was nice to see this on the way out. here we're about to pass Tallapoosa again on the way back to Dallas, headed towards Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And as you can see, the sun has quickly come over the top of us. So at this point, we're basically fighting for daylight and trying to gain as much ground as possible while the sun is still up before it sets. This time we're headed west, so the sun will be coming down in front of us, basically right in our faces as it's setting. All right, we're headed up here to a couple of breakoffs, 65 south to Montgomery in 2 miles, 65 north to Huntsville in 2 miles, making good ground, covering a lot of miles. Nice sunshine, looks like the clouds are basically painted in the sky, just magnificent. All right, here we're about to hit what I call the city twisties. Boy, I tell you, driving through the city with all these curves and turns and everything and traffic, it was something else, but we got through it. But I tell you what, that was pretty stressful. I tell you what, navigating through the city and twisties and turns and curves, it sure is a lot easier when you have a Bluetooth headset with comms on, so you can talk to your riding partner as you're riding, and you can tell them when the lane's clear. when we're turning. He could let you know when we're slowing down, when we're speeding up, and communication wise, it just makes for a much simpler ride.